Hello everyone, welcome you all to Samiksha IAS Academy. You all heard about this idiom called tasting your own medicine. That best suits the current relationship between Afghanistan and Pakistan. From the past few weeks, you might be continuously seeing in the news that Afghan attacks Pakistan and Pakistan reversely attacks Afghanistan. And just day before, like yesterday itself, they tried for peace talks that somehow failed. Why this strain in the relationship between Afghanistan and Pakistan? What's what's in this for India? This is what we'll be seeing in this particular video. If you just see the headlines, it's from the past few days, continuously headlines are making with respect to deaths and failures in the peace talks. The fundamental reason here, first we must try to understand by seeing the map. The core of the issue is happening here along the Durand Line. As you all know, Durand Line is the line that separates Afghanistan and Pakistan. It was actually drawn in the year 1893 by the then British India. During that time, it was the British India that drew this line between Afghans and the British government. It's being continued even after independence. That is, even after 1947, Pakistan accepted this as the line that separates Afghanistan and Pakistan. But here you have to understand one important point. If you see this particular region, this whole region is what is called as the Balochistan. There we have this tribe called as Pashtuns. Pashtun tribes. Okay. So here on one side, earlier Pakistan promised to these people that once we get separated, because you know the full form of Pakistan, right? Punjab, Afghan, Sindh, Kashmir and Balochistan. That time they were a bit assertive. They too want their independence, the Baloch people. But once it got separated from India, Pakistan was quite reluctant. It never encouraged that. Right. And this line got recognized and Afghanistan is separate and the rest of the area, it came under Pakistan, the whole Baloch region. However, the people who are living in and around here, they even till date, they didn't accept this land because they have a strong tribal relationship. All right. Now, especially if you come to the next one, that is formation of Afghanistan. I think you know, till 1973, it was Afghanistan was under the rule of monarchy. It was under the rule of monarchy. After that, for a few period, for like till 1979, there was a small period civilian government rule, and after that, in 1979, it came under the control of the Soviet rule. From 1979 to 89, till 1989, during this period, it was under the Soviet rule, and after that, again, during this stretch of small period, again it tried to form a civilian government, could not able to form. In 1992, civil war started. This eventually provided scope for a terrorist group called as Al-Qaeda under the leadership of Osama bin Laden. They started providing hostages to these terrorist groups. This eventually ended in the year 2001. Okay. In 2001, it came under the control of USA. USA wants to establish a republic in Afghanistan because there you have seen Osama bin Laden was responsible for the collapse of Twin Towers. When they started searching for him, they got to know the whole thing operated from from Afghanistan, and eventually, of course, he was later got captured from Abu Tabal from Pakistan. That's a different case. But here, what happened? Then, from 2001 onwards till 2021, it was under the control of US. Then, once again in 2021, they came under the rule of Taliban. Okay, so this is how the whole system started. But now, if you clearly observe here, earlier Taliban was not there. If you observe, in 1979, what we discussed here, if you see here, in 1979, when they came under the control of Soviet, who actually feared this more? It was Pakistan. It, in collaboration with US, encouraged locals, what we call them as Mujahideens. Mujahideen means fighters. It encouraged the local fighters to go against Soviet. Then, eventually, they got succeeded by 1989. They threw away the Soviets from Afghanistan. After that, the split started. Then, another group, especially from this particular site, from this particular region, what we call these people are the Taliban. Taliban in general means students, right? It emerged from Pashtun nationalism. All these people are Pashtun tribes, right? These people got somewhat encouraged by Pakistan itself to have its control. That's why there used to be continuous civil wars. If you see here, continuously from 1992 onwards, it was under civil war. Eventually, by 2001, US took control of it. Took control in the sense it wants to manage the affairs of Afghanistan. Understood? So, Pakistan wants to use Taliban as a mean to control the affairs. However, the problem here is that all is not well. Okay, there are multiple reasons for this. Though Pakistan is trying to have its control over Afghanistan, but still why the relationship is not good, and eventually it got strained once Taliban came to power after 2021. What's the reason for this? According to Vivek Gordju, former Indian Foreign Service officer, he also served in that particular region. He mentioned 5 reasons for that. What are the 5 reasons? Reason number 1. Reason number 1, Durand Line. Reason number 2, trade and transit. Reason number 3, Pasthun Punjab divide. Reason number 4, gratitude. Reason number 5, Indian role. So according to him, these are the 5 reasons why the relationship got strained between Afghanistan and Pakistan. The first one, as we mentioned, Durand Line. Even till date, this particular line, it came in the year 1993. Even till date, it was not accepted for most of the Afghans, especially the Taliban. You don't believe, for them, this whole region actually it comes under that particular, that means they have their control, they have their cultural control. So they consider this particular line as an artificially drawn line. Understood that? So that's the first bone of contention. Which one? Durand Line. Second one is trade and transit. For Afghanistan, the route, they actually have three sides. It's a landlocked region. One is through Central Asia, second one is through Iran, third one is through Pakistan. They have three routes to get the supplies of food or any other. However, the Pakistan route is the most convenient one. But whenever there happens to be strains in the relationship, Pakistan wants to have its control over it. Even when India tries to supply its food, Pakistan won't allow it. So this always angers Afghanistan people. Okay. And the third one is, as we mentioned, this Pasthun Punjab divide. Pashtuns are the tribal communities. They have the tribal divisions. But this dominance of Punjab in both politics and army, this the Pashtuns feel somewhat sidelining them because their tribal identities are being dominated by this Punjab in terms of both politics and army. Right. So this keep on proposing a challenge in the relationship between Afghanistan and Pakistan. And one more, this is with respect to gratitude. Pakistan feels lot many times we help you people to come to the regime, right? We help you to throw away the Soviets, but still you don't have a gratitude for us. In return, Afghanistan people feel, so whenever, because ours is a landlocked place, so you think like you want to have your control on us, that we don't do that. For example, see the fifth point. Whenever India tries to help Afghanistan, Pakistan always have its question mark face over it. For example, when you try to supply any kind of food or any other civil supplies, it won't allow. We have to take the route of Chabahar port to enter Afghanistan. So these questions straining the relationship between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Okay, now what's for India? As you all know, Afghanistan is very much required for us for three reasons. Reason number one, it is the strategic location for India to enter into Central Asia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, eventually to Russia. Okay. Second reason, it's very much important for us to observe Pakistan because like what you can say, neighbor's neighbor is our friend. Okay, because here for long we are maintaining this positive relationship with Afghanistan. You know, earlier there was Karzai government. That time also we maintained that was democratic government. Now Taliban government came. Right. Earlier we were little reluctant. Recently, Taliban's foreign affairs minister visited India. Right. So we invited. So we want to maintain that cordial relationship. Why? Because it indirectly provides some kind of control towards Pakistan. And the third one, it is like if we recognize the independence of Afghanistan. Okay. If you provide all the support at global level also indirectly we can get support from them. Understood. So with these reasons, India is very closely observing the Afghan-Pakistan issue. Understood that. So this is what the whole issue is all about. Why the issue? Well, like what's the issue between Afghanistan and Pakistan? What we need to understand from this. But however, at the end of the day, as we are trying to, we always encourage peace. So in this context, we don't want more number of casualties, especially civilian casualties, because of the strained relationship between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Right? If required, we expect that we will be always there to help to provide some kind of peace or peaceful resolution to this particular problem. All right. Thank you.